All right, so part three of this lesson, we're going to continue through this really quickly. We want to start off with what is the value? What is the measure of angle 1 going to be in this problem? There's a lot of methods you could use. We're going to learn to identify one of them super quickly. I see 71 degrees here. I see 64 degrees here. I see a triangle. While I want to know what this angle is here, I'm going to first figure out what this angle is here really quickly. Well, you can tell me 71 and 64 and this unknown angle have to make 180 degrees. You know that 71 plus 64 plus the unknown have to equal 180 because it's making a triangle. We can solve that super quickly by getting 135 plus the unknown has to equal 180 degrees and subtracting things away. We know that from this the question mark has to be 180 minus 135, which is the same as 45. So we know we get to place in the spot here, instead of a question mark, we get to place the number 45. Now realize that's not answering the question. You want to know what is the measure of angle 1. Well, what do these two angles make? They're making a straight line, so they have to add to make 180 degrees. So we can say 45 plus the measure of angle 1 has to equal 180. What this means for us is that measure of angle 1 is just 135. And hopefully you notice something here. Our 71 and 64 here, when added together, were the same as angle 1. That's our big idea. That's answering this essential question here. How does the exterior angle of a triangle relate to the two remote interior angles? That's what we have here. We have over here, this is an exterior angle. And over here, this is a remote interior angle. These two are remote interior angles. They're further away from this exterior angle, and they will add to make the exact same value as angle 1 here. The exterior angle, basically putting this down, the exterior angle is the sum of the two remote interior angles. Let's see that with a numerical example super quickly here. Now it's hard to see our lines, so let's emphasize our lines just a little bit. Interesting. We got one line here. I'm going to make it stand out just a little bit better. Make it stand out. Let's give it some color. I already have a red one, so let's go back to the red one. We got this line here going from D to A to C. It's a straight line. And we got our triangle here. What can we say about the 65, the 6x minus 4, and the 12x plus 7? Well, using this fact here, the 12x plus 7 is an exterior angle. We can type out and say for a fact for us that 12x plus 7 has to be equal to 6x minus 4 plus 65. Now it's just combining some like terms. Subtract 6x from both sides. We'll get 6x plus 7 is equal to negative 4, 65. Say 6x plus 7 equals 61. Say 6x equals 54, or x equals 9. We now know that x equals 9. We can then use that in for x here, and we can also check it by plugging in x here as well. Since we want to find the measure of DAB, we're going to do so by carefully plugging it in. Let's bring up our text tool. We'll go 12 times x is 9 plus 7. We're just finding out what that is. Well, 12 times 9 is 108, plus 7, 115. So this exterior angle is 115 degrees. We have 65 degrees here, 115 degrees here. We can also plug in a value up here just for completeness sake. We can go 6 times 9 minus 4 and see what we get. Let's see, 6 times 9 is 54. Minus 4, we get 50 degrees. So this angle up at the top of this house is 50 degrees in size. We got 115 degrees here. Since we got 115, we could realize we got a linear pair here. And we can make this small comment here that this angle is 65 degrees as well. So many different things to click on. Change the color. It's 65 degrees there as well. Let's do one more from IXL. We want to know what the value of A is going to be in our problem here. Well, let's just set up our problem. We're going to add the two angles, the two remote interior angles. 2A plus 3A. And set it equal to the exterior angle, 4A plus 23. 2A plus 3A, well, that's just 5A. So 5A equals 4A plus 23. Subtract 4A from both sides. 5A minus 4A has to equal 23, or simply A equals 23. We have our answer. The angle here and the angle here will get to add together to equal this exterior angle. That is our rule for the exterior angles.